Welcome back to the channel, guys. Up next, we got Ice Cube and Tucker Carlson. This should have happened years ago, but hey, it's better to be late than never. All right. With that said, before we get to this video, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments. And with that said, let's get into today's video.
All the kids I grew up with, at least 13 of them are dead. And that's before they even reached 21. You know, I just turned 21, so, you know, I thank God that I've even reached 21.
Just the block I grew up on, right here. Yeah,
does this look the same?
It pretty much looked the same. You know, but it used to be like more trees. Like every house had a tree in front of it, and at some point the city started cutting the trees out. They said that the helicopters couldn't see people, so they started.
What, the police helicopters?
Yeah, so they start cutting the trees out.
3 decades and billions of dollars later, it's still a tough place.
How do you think politicians in Los Angeles have done running the city?
It's pretty much the same people running it the same way. Politicians only really pay attention to the people that give them money. Everybody else is kind of an extra in their movie. We would love you in the scene, but we could do the scene without you. You know?
Yeah, I do. Do you ever give money to politicians?
No.
Why?
I don't believe in politicians. Politicians have hidden agendas. They owe a lot of people a lot of favors. The more money you give them, the more you're listened to.
So you've never fallen for a politician?
I can't say that. You know, I've had hope and, you know, dreams that, you know, this guy is gonna be the guy.
What'd you think of Obama when he got elected?
You know, for the first time, I felt proud that America took that step.
Yep.
I didn't think they would ever do that. And so that was a moment in time. But then, you know, you look around, years go by, and, you know, not much change for people I know, people I care about.
We've had 6 major race riots on the president's watch. Race relations have plummeted to lows not seen since the Rodney King.
In Chicago, a toddler is now the latest victim of the city's deadly surge in gun violence.
But it didn't change with Bush, it didn't change with Clinton, it didn't change with the other Bush or Reagan or Carter. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's still the same results.
So you're describing a symbolic victory?
Yes, in a lot of ways, yes.
Hey, I can respect that, man. That's what I've been saying it throughout my channel, and people still can react. But what did Trump do for the black people? What I'm trying to say is that Trump had 4 years, man. Well, look what he did in 4 years. If he had another 4 years, imagine what else he could have done. Obama, both presidential run, it caused more division in America, more racial division in America. All right, that's like you heard what he just said, right? Ice Cube just said the same thing I've been saying. Nothing has changed. It pretty much it got worse. Like we don't expect you to come and clean up the entire city, but show that you're making the effort. That's all people want to see. Some type of effort. But how it's still the same when Obama went into office, what, 2008? In 2023, talking about 15 years later, nothing pretty much changed. 15 years. Wake up. You got 50 Cent already saying California is so bad, he don't think he's ever going to go back to California. That's how bad it's getting. But hey, let's continue, man. But that's the problem people do. People don't like to hear the truth. And when you're telling the truth, they get mad. The people rather you lie to them. Like, I just don't understand the mentality people have these days.
And then came George Floyd, and the beginning of what we were told was a second civil rights movement. If there was going to be liberation in the wake of the Floyd riots, this is where you'd see the effects.
3 years ago, a bunch of big companies put hundreds of millions of dollars into Black Lives Matter.
A lot of money.
Threw them a lot of money. Did that improve the neighborhood you grew up in?
whenever you do that, most of the time it's a lot of people siphoning that money off the top.
Yeah.
And the kicker is a lot of people say they're gonna give the money, but they don't even give the money.
They make the pledge and never write the check?
Yeah, they just get the article wrote. Everybody think they're great, and they never even give the money.
Big three.
These days, Ice Cube is in the sports business. He and a partner started a new professional basketball league called Big Three. Strangely, this is one form of black empowerment that the NBA doesn't seem to like.
It does seem like the Big Three, I'm not pitching your business, but it does seem like the idea behind it would be consistent with what the NBA says they're about.
Without a doubt, the NBA is full of great slogans, and they write Black Lives Matter on the court, and they do all those things, but pretty full of shit when the rubber meets the road,
Maybe that's why they put the slogans on the court, so they won't have to do anything. Just a thought, I don't know.
I mean, it's as easy as saying we're gonna donate $100 million to. It's like an easy thing to do. All they gotta do is call up the graphics guy and approve the comp.
So you're starting to make me think this could be a scam. I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm just saying it's easy for them to put that on the court. It takes a little more effort to really care to work with a league like the Big Three. You really gotta want to make a difference.
Ooh, hey, I love the way he speaks, man. It's so true, right? Like when you look behind the history of rap itself, especially nowadays rap, right? When you got these young kids out there talking about the violence, who do you think is getting rich of all of that violence that's happening? You be the judge in the comments and let me know. And I think that's why Ice Cube had hit the last. That the straw that broke the camel's back. All right, with Ice Cube, the whole thing with the Big Three and the NBA. Something happened. People were trying to close doors on them left and right, and I guess he found out who those people were that were closing doors. So now he realizing what's really going on. You see, you got his wake-up call. If you don't go along with the get along, you know what they try to do to you. We see it happen to many people over the years, right? So we know he ain't lying.
The NBA is run by a cringing neoliberal called Adam Silver. Quote, "We're completely committed to standing for social justice and racial equality," Silver once announced. "It's part of the DNA of this league." And yet, according to Ice Cube, Adam Silver has done his best to strangle the black-owned Big Three in its crib.
When people think basketball, they think Silver, don't you think? Adam Silver, he kind of embodies the spirit of basketball.
Yeah,
Was he what team did he play on during his career?
I think he played on the New York Lawyers.
He's starting forward on the New York Lawyers.
Yeah. He rode the bench. Come on, man. Rode the pine. Water boy.
This is Sid out that's telling you guys about the rap industry. All these rich old white guys, they're not out there doing no crime. Nothing. They got you working for them. So pretty much, you're pretty much their slave. They give you a little bit of crumbs while they get the big loaf and they run with it. And their hands are clean. They don't get in trouble. Rappers can't get that concept. And they said they had 50 years of hip hop. Did you see who they had on there? 50. So you got them telling you what is hip hop. It's just crazy to me. They left out so many legends, so many greats out of that had impacts on a lot of black people's life, even white people's life. And they wasn't even included in that. Hey, we gotta wake up, man. And then on top of that, more than half of these artists don't even own their catalog. They gotta go beg the white man when they could release music. Can you? Hey, we got a lot of waking up to do.
You can see why Ice Cube is considered one of the least obedient entertainers in LA.
My boy got his star.
It's true. I used to walk these streets and
Well, that's
look at all
you.
the stars.
That's you
and
on the
stuff.
bus.
Yeah. That's what's a trip.
Should we
See
get
all
out
these
and say hi to
stars.
them?
No. Nah. Unless they're gonna give us a little money from the Hood Tour Life Tours. You know what I mean? Break us off 20%, man.
The world's most dangerous group.
Yes.
So I noticed this about every year or two. I read some story about you, and the subtext is always the same, which is, stay in your lane.
I wouldn't be here if I stayed in my lane. I just never wanted to have that life. I never wanted to be controlled.
How many times have you been pulled aside by people who are trying to control you?
What they usually do is go talk to people that's in, my circle.
Yeah.
And try to get them to convince them that they need to convince me that I need to take a different position. So that's kind of how I get it.
On what topics?
It's been on, the vaccine.
The Hollywood Reporter says actor Ice Cube is saying no to a $9 million payday because he won't say yes to the COVID vaccine. The actor and rapper was set to co-star in a new comedy, Oh Hell No, alongside Jack Black. But when producers requested all cast members get a COVID vaccine, Ice Cube backed out.
Why wouldn't you take the vax? You had a direct order to take it. You were told to take it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Good with direct orders, but on a whole nother note,
but it was a command.
I
mean, I'm sorry, they told you. I mean, they couldn't have been clearer about it.
Yeah, it was pretty clear. Did you take it?
Of course not.
Yeah, no, it wasn't ready.
Me either.
It was 6 month, kind of rush job, and I didn't feel safe.
But they told you were safe.
I know what they said. I know what they said, and I heard them. I heard them loud and clear. But it's not their decision. There's no repercussions if they're wrong. But I get all the repercussions if they're wrong.
Was it a tough call for you?
No, it wasn't a tough call. I wanted to be an example for my kids. Really make sure they didn't take it either. Show them that I wanted to stand on my convictions and that I was willing, to lose $9 million and more, because we've probably lost more, since then.
The idea is that people who stand on their convictions are heroes. They're brave. They have principles. They're the people we look to for inspiration. But in this case, with this decision and these principles, you were not hailed as a hero.
No.
You were attacked.
Yep.
So why won't you get the vaccine, man? Hey, look, man, I'd just rather be myself than take that vaccine like you other 3 billion bozos.
I never told anyone not to get vaccinated publicly. That was never my message to the world.
That's
I
true.
didn't even want
Never
people
said
to
that.
know whether I got vaccinated or not. I was pretty upset that even came out, because I was just gonna quietly, just not take it and deal with the consequences as they came.
Do you know anyone who was injured by the vaccine?
I do, and they suffer every day, and it's hard to watch. Suffering in silence is not the answer all the time. Sometimes you gotta let people know what's going on so you can actually move the needle. I choose to be vocal. If it's true, why can't I say it?
Well, you can't say it because it is true.
There it is. Now that's the problem with the world today.
Yes. See, I've been
There's
saying
no
that.
penalty for lying. No one's ever punished for lying. It's only telling the truth that gets you in trouble.
Ain't that something?
That's true.
Yeah, that is so true.
Thinking something is not a crime. Saying it is not a crime. You know what I mean? So I just tell what's real. If the truth hurts, say ouch.
I love it. I love it. I love it. He's pretty much said everything that I normally say throughout my videos, man. I just kept it real, authentic, told it just the way it is, right? I'm saying they happened to a lot of people who didn't got the they punish you, all because you're skeptical, you're not too sure. You can't remember, this is my body. I gotta make a choice. Like, let me get time to think. Let me do a little research. Let me just look into a few things. It's either you take or not. or you out of here. And then you don't hear about the people that's going through, but actually get through suffering from taking it. We don't hear that other side of it. Okay, you know why they keep all of that quiet? But a lot of us got warned, and we heard throughout, podcasts and stuff like that. We heard the rumors about it, right? But that's like talking. Cube said at the end there. That's what I've been saying. We're living in the backwards community now, where you tell the truth, you get punished. You be honest, you get punished. That is the total opposite from when you're growing up. Your parents always would tell you, tell the truth. You get, because that's the concept you get as you get older. That's what you go forward in life. You always know to tell the truth, right? But now you get punished for that if you don't go along with the get along. Hey, I should always be in my top 10 rappers of all time. Made a huge impact in my life as a teenager growing up. People keep thinking rap music is all about violence. No, to me, and a lot of people I know, rap music connects with the soul. When you hear rappers say certain things, and it could be that same thing you're going through in your life, it makes you connect even much better with the song and with the lyrics and with the artists. Not just all about the gang and the violence, and no. That's something that you just connect with as a black person. I'm pretty sure a lot of white people could probably connect the same way too. But nowadays, rap music is 99% violence. So what is going to happen? So you got, listen to this, right? We got rap music, 99% violence. That's all you hear. What's going on with crime? Crime is out of control, right? Teens are just running amok, destroying, smash, grab, looting. You see what's going on, how the music plays an effect into that? When you hear something that's 99% violence, back then we had a balance in the music. It wasn't just all violence. Artists would switch it up. Tupac, Changes, Dear Mama. There's so many other songs that you could just connect with. But we don't get that balance in today's time. It's just mostly shoot 'em up, bang bang, drive by, spin the block, get the ops. That's all you hear in 90% of the songs. And the females, I just don't know. I really don't know. The females songing like the dudes now. Females talking about they spinning blocks. Switch it up, say something else, man. Like we don't mind you rapping, but switch it up with something that's non-violence. Can you make a song that's not about shaking your ass or your say something else? But I agree with everything Ice Cube said. I remember that when that happened with the $9 million deal that he turned down for the movie, all because he refused to take the vax. Yes, I remember when that happened. And now that Ice Cube was speaking up about a lot of stuff that's going on, people are calling him. People are like, what's wrong with Ice Cube? Ice Cube is a sellout. No, he's not. When we finally get somebody that's speaking up, he's a sellout. When nobody's speaking up, oh, he don't want to say nothing because he's scared. It's like you can't win. But hey, Ice Cube got my full support, and you can see throughout the video, he wasn't just showing black people, showing white, homeless people. This affects everybody across the board. It affects everybody. White, black, Spanish, doesn't matter who you are, what race you are. This affects everybody. Like I said, Obama did nothing. Everybody going there with an agenda. We saw what Obama's agenda was. We see what Biden's agenda was. So we're seeing it as their term comes to an end. We see what laws they pass and who they would mostly majority they were there for. As time goes by, you see it. So I'm glad it's sitting on Black Lives Matter. They got all that money, nice houses, and who was supposed to be it for? The black community. Which, just like I said, it never went to the people that it was supposed to go for, even with politicians. I love the way he put it. You're just like an extra in the movie. I love the way he put that. That was very clever how you put that. And it's so true. That's what we are, honestly. Because think about it. When you vote them in, right? All the promises they give you, they're going, and it's like they never made a promise. Like you never existed. Think about it. Think about all the promises they made throughout their campaign runs. And what did they deliver with? Obama still don't speak up about the black community and about the black violence and what's going on. And the reason why I say the black community, because in white communities, you don't have drive-bys. What community you say do the drive-bys in? Why I think a lot of rich people go to white communities? Because they might get a little violence, but it's nothing like gang violence. Nothing like drive-by shootings. You don't see that. So that's why a lot of people speak up about the black community and why they say Black America, because it's scary to live in those areas where there's gang violence that's off the charts. There's no help. No program. People still sleeping, living on the streets. But I'm gonna leave you guys with this. You guys keep voting them in those states that you're living in, right? The people that's doing nothing for your community. But we got the illegals coming right in, getting VIP passes in front of you, while you're homeless, sleeping on the street. Now let that sink in. Hey, we living in some crazy times, man. I love to hear you guys take about what Ice Cube and Tucker said throughout the video. I'm not sure. I might be a longer video toward this. I'm not too sure. But if you guys know, let me know in the comments. This is all I found. But hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section, and let me know what you think about the video in the comments. All right? I'm glad people are starting to speak up, because you know what it is? Enough is enough, man. Enough with the lies. Lying straight to the people's faces. No integrity? Peace out, man. You guys have a blessed day.